How dumb can you be to think that the kind of clothes you wear does not impacts you physically and mentally? Hi, my name is Ishita, and today we're just going to talk about I'm just going to talk about fashion, freedom, and self expression. I have seen people who have a lot of opinions. They always care about fashion, always. People who do not have very strong opinions, they don't really care about fashion. And I'm not just talking about fashion, I am talking about your own dressing style. Now, fashion is different and your dressing style is different. Fashion is what you are offered by the designers, by the local markets to you. And as a consumer, as a citizen, as an individual, it is your choice to choose what is going to be your style. This is a very important topic for me and for other people who believe that fashion can be a very symbolic and a very uh, powerful tool to express themselves. For example, let's talk about self expression first and then we'll talk about no like let's actually talk about freedom first and then we're going to talk about self expression. So how does fashion relates to freedom? What do you think freedom is? And I'm not talking about political freedom. Let's actually also talk about political freedom. There are people in other countries, there are women in other countries who are forced to wear fully covered clothes and who are not even allowed to show their faces. Political freedom. Emotional freedom is the way you express yourself and the way you see yourself. For example, if you're a person who suppresses their own feelings, you are not emotionally free because you are not letting yourself feel what you actually feel. You're suppressing your emotions. And societally, what freedom means is people judge each other in a society. Yes, but if you live in a big city, if you live in a metropolitan city, then you know that you can wear whatever you want to. So you have this freedom to choose whatever you want to wear. But people from certain cities are not allowed to express themselves through fashion. When you're grown up in a city where your parents do not allow you to wear the things that you like, internally, what you feel like inside, what you feel is very depressing. It's very sad that, you feel like, oh, I am not allowed to express myself. 10-year-old girl, their parents say that, don't wear dresses or like don't wear shorts. How do you think that 10-year-old is going to react? She'll think that, oh, I am not allowed to wear whatever I want. I am not allowed to wear these certain things. I am not allowed to express myself. I am not allowed to express my opinions. And she is going to internalize this. And then she will forever be like this. Forever, for her whole life, she's gonna think that my opinions are not valuable. My self expression is not valuable. What I want to wear or what I want is not valuable. That's what that 10-year-old child is gonna think. Okay, now let's talk about fashion and dressing sense, personal style and dressing sense. There are many trendy items that are offered to citizens of a country, of wherever you are, through local markets, through big brands, through smaller brands, right? And then it's your choice to choose what design, what silhouette, what perfect item, what clothing item aligns with your taste the most, and then you're gonna wear it. But what happens is, with this advent of social media and influencers, what's happening is, let's say there was a person who hates leather jackets, who's like, you know what, I just hate leather jackets. They do not look good. They look so big, they look so chunky, they make you look so like aggressive, like edgy, and I do not like that style. But after a few years now, leather jackets are suddenly in trend and everybody is wearing leather jackets. Now, what that person is going to do if they get really influenced by people is they are going to wear the leather jacket. They're going to buy it, they're going to invest their money into it, and they're going to wear it. Why? You do not like leather jackets, so why are you wearing it? Is it because now you genuinely like leather jacket, Or is it because just because everybody is wearing leather jacket, I want to fit in, I also want to wear leather jacket? Is this because of your insecurity, or do you actually started to like leather jackets? You all need to think about this. They want to buy a leather jacket, wear it for Instagram, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's not their style. They still want to wear it. Why? Because they don't actually want it, they just want to be seen with it. By this statement, they just want to be seen with it, what I mean is that they don't actually like leather jackets, but they want to be seen wearing a leather jacket. For example, if I wear a leather jacket now, what do you think people are going to think of me? People on the internet are going to assume that, oh, I am this it girl who's always in trend, who always wear the most trendiest and most expensive pieces, and they are going to respect me because I fit in into this criteria of becoming an aesthetic queen, right? If I do not follow this trend, what are the people going to think of me? Nothing. They are not going to think of me at all. You just want to be seen wearing this particular style just because it is in trend. It's not your actual dressing sense, it's not your actual personal style. Okay, now when it comes to fashion, some people are very fake. They make others think that, oh, you know what? Let's say there's a person, her name is, let's take her name as Isha. Okay. Isha is very interested in Indian block prints and Indian culture and like the bandhani print and like the art of kalamkari and weaves, different type of weaves and all of this very deep rooted cultural things. Okay. And then there is another person named, what should we name her? Let's name her, let's name her Lily. Okay. Now Lily is also very interested in it, but she is interested in these things because it makes her look like a good person. Now what will she wear is block printed anything, block printed kurtis, but is it really block printed? Is it block printed by the artisans, or is it block printed in a machine? Lily is only into showing off that she is this person who loves sustainability, who loves to promote this culture, and Isha is the one who's actually promoting the culture, who's actually supporting local artisans who get paid really less in the industry. And Isha is the one who's supporting it, who's buying those real hand kalamkari printed things, right? And some people are only into sustainability because it makes them look good, and some people are into sustainability because they actually care about the environment. Now let's just talk about what difference does it makes when you wear certain type of clothing in your daily life. Okay, let's assume that you work from home. Now you want to feel productive, you're at home, you want to work, but you can't work in your PJs. Why? Because psychologically it makes you feel sleepy. So you're going to change into some jeans, you're going to wear some trousers, maybe a good pair of like elevated basics. And now that you've changed your clothes, suddenly it makes you feel better. Suddenly you feel like you want to make your day productive. Suddenly you feel like you want to have like a good coffee and sit at your workplace and complete your work. This is how fashion plays a big role in your daily life. You all just need to be more aware of yourself and what you're doing, because fashion can really represent what you support and what you do not support. Honestly, having a distinct dressing sense is not even acceptable in our society. People are going to look at you, and I look at them and I'm like, wow, they are so amazing. They are just all into expressing themselves, and I love that. I love people who have their own personal style and they do not fall into this trap of trends, because I honestly think that trends is just a trap. What you like, that's what you should wear. Do not fall into this trend, that trend. That's all I have to say. And just be mindful of what kind of clothing you're wearing, because it can really represent what you support, as I said. And you know what? Fashion is a physical manifestation of who you are and what you want to be in your life. And also, I read and study a lot about manifestation, and I heard this somewhere. I heard somebody say this, that you should wear the type of clothes according to your future self. For example, so now let's say you want to be a hairdresser. What kind of clothing will you wear when you become a hairdresser? And then wear that type of clothing. It will help you manifest your dreams. Let's say you want to become a billionaire. What do you think billionaires wear? Observe them and wear what billionaires wear. And I'm not talking about brands, I'm talking about their style. Have a style. um, this will help you align with your future self, and it will help you to achieve your goals. And you guys should know that back in the days when there were kings and queens ruling a country, there were certain things, certain clothes, certain colors that citizens of a country were not allowed to wear, because they were actually not allowed to wear. I think zari was one of the things that they were not allowed to wear, and velvet was one of the things that they were not allowed to wear, and the color purple. That's because only the people from the royal family, from the family of kings and queens, only they were allowed to wear the color purple, or certain textures, certain, not prints, but I think weaves, especially zari, or like certain material. I think brocade was also one of them. um yeah. And now we can wear anything that we want to. We can wear brocades, we can wear the color purple. And you know what? You guys really need to question yourself. If, let's take an example of old money aesthetic. If you like old money aesthetic, or like cottagecore, or like different aesthetics that is going around, why do you like it? Is it because you want to impress somebody, or is it your personality? Think about this. And I'm just going to end it with saying that fashion is a physical manifestation of what you think about yourself. That's all I have to say in today's video. I will continue with this topic of fashion, and maybe I'll make some videos about fashion psychology, or dressing sense, or like personal style, how to find your personal style, etc. You can subscribe me, and bye.